Right, so today we had a property come for rent. It's on about 2 acres of land. It's not too bad. It needs a couple of repairs. Maybe exterior, a little touch up on the painting, but you can kind of see the walls. They got some nail holes and dinks and different color paint in here. That's the water heater. It'll just stay in there. But we have different color paints in each room. We'll probably plan to go back to the antique white color like we did in the other house. This tenant, they were partially rehabbing the property, and I don't know, they get lazy and realize, hey, I'm not living here anymore, and just forget about it and don't finish the job. So we'll have someone finish up the tile. These ceiling fans are extremely low. Probably would have been better to have a hugger on the ceiling to lift it up a bit, but what can you do? It's a small room. Baseboards need paint. Oh, man, I got a hole straight through the wall. Need lots of paint in here, man. There's no electricity at the property. It's not really gonna be able to check the lights and everything, but plumbing wise, this is also on well water, so we got a little bit of water in here, but in general, not really much to check. Showers, faucets, tubs. He did a pretty good job on the rehab, but as for the paint and whatnot, I mean, it's green and kind of funky colors. We'll try to touch up what we can and try to save what we can, but for the most part, we'll probably have to paint some of these rooms antique white. Really don't know what is going on over here, but I don't know. Put in some tile pieces. We got a couple pieces in the back shed. We'll paint this. Overall, room's not too bad. It's all right. Windows aren't busted at least. Oh wait, no, I was wrong. Windows are busted. Each and every room at least has one broken window. Don't know what it is with this guy and broken windows, but he broke a lot of them. There's some more broken windows. So lots of windows to replace. Probably use some glass or plexiglass. Not bad here. This is probably a broken tile spot. Yep. Don't really know what's going on with that. We'll have to figure something out with that. Took the stove and fridge, so we'll have to get another stove and another fridge. Looks like he even took the vent to it, so we'll have to get one of those. Oh, this is one thing for the washer and dryer. Always plug these in a hole, especially in a vacant house. If these things are leaking any and they switch the water on, it can flood the house. There's a master. Not a bad ceiling fan. Needs some cleaning in here big time. But just like little knick-knack stuff. Yeah, knick-knack stuff right there. Need a new wall. Fix that. Also some, cracked windows again. Master closet. There's some random junk in here. Bathroom's not too bad. Bathroom looks good. Nice pocket door. Good setup here. Probably use some paint. I don't know why they took out the mirror, but we'll definitely need a mirror over here. I mean, you got this like zoom mirror here, but nah, we need a better mirror. Again, the kitchen, perfect. Can't go wrong with that. Looks like there may have been an existing roof leak. Not too sure on this, but we'll have to check that out. Downstairs in this little side room, just needs paint, maybe a little tile work here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there must have been some sort of roof leak over there. You also got the little shed in the back. Little patio that was built, not bad. So again, it's on 2 acres, so lots of land, lots of grass to mow. It's a septic tank over there, feeds into this. He put that in a couple years ago. Back here, lots of land, lots of trash and debris to clean up. So we'll have to make sure this stays mowed with it vacant, or if a tenant's moving in, that'll at least allow the lawn mowing responsibility to be on the tenant, which is nice. A vacant house will definitely eat you, so gotta find a tenant for that. Probably just paint this, touch it up a little bit, match the colors. Shed needs a lot of work. I would say just repaint this whole thing. At least it's a uniform color. Up there, bad leak. Obviously do the roof first before repainting that. But it's a shed. It does what it does. Got a bunch of random paints and tools in here. Maybe can use some of them, maybe not. Looks like this thing was like trying to be completed for electricity, but never got to it. So I don't know. The shed's more of a liability right now than it is a asset. Looks like we got some random stuff up there too. Definitely like a tool shed. But yeah, we're gonna need some work on this property. Maybe even painting the exterior. Yeah, big time. Roof doesn't look too bad. At least looks like a newish roof. You can tell this thing was kind of rigged in there. I don't even know what type of awning this is. It's like plastic, I guess. Plastic and some poles. But I guess it works. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so rehab on this, it'll probably take about a week. Week is just to do the windows. I don't even know what happened here, dude. This guy in tinfoil. Tinfoil and styrofoam, man. Tell you what. Yeah. Definitely gonna change the paint on this. This paint looks very sus. It's not bad with the gloss though, which is nice, but yeah, you can kind of see all the blemishes in it. That's why I prefer to use antique white in the uniform color. I mean, it's nice that it's like the antique white is flat, so it's nice that this is a gloss so you can rub the stuff out. The problem is like you see every little blemish here and there. As for the taste on the cabinets, this guy did a really good job. The countertops and the cabinets, really good taste right here. Not gonna change anything on this kitchen besides getting a fridge and a stove. Probably stick with some stainless steel. No whites. Whites will be doo-doo and ugly. But yeah, got some work ahead of us. We'll see what we got and we'll show you guys a finished product later. So far we just filled a couple of the holes, drywall holes. Fix the door. Some of the screws are missing in the things. But like this right here, just fill the hole with some drywall mud. What you can do is take a rag and wipe that off so you don't have to touch up paint as bad. The tenant half painted the house, so I mean it's fresh paint. So it's like it was either repaint it or touch it up as good as we can. It's not a higher end rental. So at this point we're just gonna match or color matching, pray that dries and matches the color. But here were some holes that were just patched. Like, let me show you what this looks like. This is the drywall. You can just wipe this stuff off with a wet rag and it basically gets the hole you wanted to get. Or you can use like a piece of caulk to do that. And now you can just dab like a little piece of paint on it. So instead of having like a big splotch like over there, those were big lines, so kind of had to do a big splotch. What you do is just get like a tip of paint on the edge of the brush and you simply just cover it like that. That way you got a covering for it and it's not huge. And also if you kind of over dab, you can just wipe the sides of it. This is semi-gloss paint, so any of the like stains on the wall, they can wash out. And especially if you're just like barely even touching up the paint, some Clorox bleach rags, they work really good for this. I'm trying to find, oh, there they are. Those are great for washing off like, I don't know, paint and anything on the walls. And it actually works like a champ, especially with semi-gloss paint. And then in here, we're just choosing to repaint the entire wall. We're gonna use that antique white color. Again, it's that uniform color. We're gonna paint the closets and everything. Got a couple quotes for a guy to come do the windows. These ones, so we're waiting on the quotes on that. I got a roofer out there repairing that roof leak. And obviously we're gonna paint the trim white. I have a color that matches somewhat to that. This little light here, I don't even know why they had tissue up there until I took it down and I realized they were using it as a shim. What I was gonna do is just use like some of this stuff. It's like really sticky. Use it to adhere to the drywall as well as the tape piece. I'm probably gonna slip one of these in, just going back into the wall and just trying to screw this together. I don't think it's going to work, so I think the glue is going to work the best, so I'll probably just use that. And got a new fridge, gonna hook up the water line and whatnot. Still working on a stove and potentially a hood vent. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't even go all the way up for a hood vent, but at least it'll look nice. Cabinets, plumbing, everything over here looked pretty standard and okay. I just need to hook that up. I assume this was a leak from the water line. Not 100% sure on this, but all this mold right here, I'm going to spray that with bleach, try to get rid of that. It looks like at one point in time, there's moisture of some sort leaking back here. It looks like it may have been the hose line, but I don't see it. It doesn't look like there's any damage from it. So this is probably from water getting behind the wall, or somehow from under this or behind this. We got this CPVC and this stuff is garbage. This stuff gets brittle and cracks, especially with an older home. This is a modular home. Then we're gonna put the drywall on this. We did eventually get electricity in the house, so we're gonna have to get a mirror. Put a nice mirror up here. We're probably gonna keep the same blue color. Just try to get across, just like touching junk up like that. But yeah, we'll keep you posted. And for the tile piece, what we did is David built a box and just putting some thin set over it, and the tile piece should fit right in. The other tile pieces, we're gonna do the same. Thinking about spray painting these white, but I don't know. We'll probably just leave them. Or maybe even black, because I found some spray paint in the back. And I mean, it'll at least be flush. So I'll use some of this stuff. I don't know, trim and bumper paint. Yeah, I guess we're gonna use this. Just another update, we painted most of these walls. This is the antique white color. We went ahead and painted all of these different vents. So they're black, they basically look fresh. You can see here on all of them. And that touch-up paint did end up matching, so that's nice. We're gonna be painting that trim there. This light, went ahead and put some drywall and kind of textured it a bit using just like some yellow rag, but problem is like, just cheap, didn't want to buy some popcorn texture, so we're just gonna go with that. And this is the drywall patch, which came out nice. We're gonna go ahead and paint that. I found some random wood, so we're gonna use this as some of the baseboards for some of the rooms that are missing. Also, one of these closets, they were messed up right here, so we're in the process of fixing this right now, just mainly fixing this latch. Basically how this latch works is you kind of see how there's a gap in between it. This screw tightens that down, so this gap between these two metal pieces, that closes like that. Can't really see it when I'm squeezing it, but that's what crimps onto this little ledge, and I guess the tenant was just going nuts, and this thing was like split, so I just used some pliers to squeeze it closed. And we're just gonna put that back up in there, put the closet door back, and yeah, that's it. These things simply just go in and out. As you can see right here, these little plungers, they go down and rise up into the thing. So this one kind of needs adjusted so it can fit in there. So basically there's like a little wheel at the bottom like this, and you just screw it righty-tighty or lefty-loosey, depending on how tall you want it. And we're just gonna put those back in. So for the light, this one was difficult. It didn't go through the first time, so we're gonna try it this time with some screws. We just used 4 different screws to hold it into place. Just put it sideways into the drywall, and we're just gonna mud this over, and we'll see if this holds. Now what I used is a little bit of this stuff. This is how you can kind of repair this hole patch when the light falls out of the ceiling. But like I showed you, we used those 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are basically just holding it in place right now. And now I mixed a little bit of mud and plaster. And this is really the first coat. So what I'm going to do now that I put tape on top, I just use some of this netted tape for some more durability. I'm gonna go ahead and put a extra coat of plaster over that, and that should help hold it up. So this is after the second coat, kind of covered all that little netting. This is our little mixture. I'll show you the stuff outside that I'm using. So basically now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and clean all this up, make sure it looks fresh, and then I'm going to texture it a little bit. I'm not gonna go fancy. I mean, it's got popcorn. I mean, it already looks like a mess on the ceiling anyways. There's a lot of messed up areas. So I'm just gonna make it look somewhat reasonable. I'll probably use like a little roller or a net rag to give it somewhat of a popcorn ceiling texture. Here's the finished product. It's not like a professional drywall. Obviously this needs a little clean right here, but you can see it's cheap. It gets the job done. I'll clean it up with a rag, make it look a little bit nicer. I literally just use this as a texture. I cut a strip off and dabbed it on the ceiling, kind of like, I don't know, give it like a popcorn texture. And it's cheap, fast, and that's how you repair a light that falls out of a ceiling. So we just finished up today, cleaned some of these windows off pretty well. We're gonna be replacing the other ones. This stuff is your friend. It's Goo Gone. I used this for some like tile marks on the floor. But we ended up getting the stove. This was actually 50 bucks. We got this on Facebook Marketplace. Oh geez, yeah, this is gonna, it needs a second coat, but we're gonna put a microwave there. It'll look much better. 30-inch microwave, same size as the stove, standard. Windows cleaned up. The grates look great with the spray paint. We painted all of the baseboards. Those are just nasty. So we were able to get some touch-up paint for this. It'll need some second coats in some of the areas, but you can see the tile work is all done. Tighten this lock up a bit so it's much better now. Fix some of the cabinets. Outside on the barn, you can see we fixed the roof. We just put out some roll stuff. I mean, it's just cheap fix. We weren't looking to go anything expensive, just wanted to get it, you know, functional. This was a long day. Got all this drywalled, mudded up, and we're gonna paint it tomorrow. Just antique white. We aren't looking for anything special. I'm actually not going to put a light up here or even up there. The dude moving in is an electrician. He actually installed some ceiling fans at some other places, and he was like, it's fine. I just need another place. I was like, all right, that's fine. Throw in some fans for us. So he's like, okay, I'll do that. So we'll probably get something nice over there. We're gonna finish the exterior painting tomorrow and maybe through Saturday. So it might be about 2 days to finish that up. But you can see here, it's coming along pretty nice. We got that drywall done. I already showed you that. We painted most of these rooms. This one's painted. Didn't have a remote for this dumb fan, so we'll have to figure something out with it. But drywall done, paint goes good. Window guy, super flake. Hopefully he's watching this and realizes he should stop flaking out. But yeah, he flaked out. Gotta look for another window guy to get it done. And over here, didn't really do much over here. Oh, the fridge. We put in that water line. All it took was a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch coupling. And there's just literally a brass fitting. This is being glued. I don't know what happened down here, but this broke off, so just put some glue in it. It'll dry out and we'll put it back in. But yeah, it's coming along nice. I'd say a day, 2 days, and we're good to go. Put in the tile pieces. Looks smooth over here. I mean, dude, it's ready to go. I mean, sure, it's not like a house for sale or anything, but it's nice. That paint, we didn't even have to pay for it. This brown, it's doo-doo brown. I would have hated those, or I'd hate that. Actually, I don't like that color. I would have never picked that, but we're gonna paint it the doo-doo brown and the doo-doo green because that's what it was already painted. Here's how we're looking so far. We got our microwave, our stove, our fridge in. We also got tile done, painting done in here. We got a mirror for the vanity. That's all put up. Only problem is someone stole our AC unit right outside. So some bozo stole the AC, so we got to get a new AC. That's why it's always good to have cameras on the property, and even if you don't, at least put up some fake ones. But paint's all done in here. All this is done. The only thing left to do is the windows. The guy will be coming to replace those tomorrow. And AC guy, we got to get a new AC guy. But so far it's coming along nice. Everything's done, barn's painted. It rained pretty hard and the shed held up. We're done almost. Just gotta get that AC. And then obviously the windows. And then after that, we'll go ahead and mark it. I mark it on about 100 different websites. So it should be pretty easy to get someone. Make sure you always lock up the property. And again, recommend getting fake cameras or cameras at least on site to deter bozos from doing that garbage. All right, so here's the finished product. The grass, actually, we didn't have to cut it again, which is nice. But we went ahead and painted the front. As you can see, we painted it that doo-doo brown color. It's only because we didn't have to buy new paint, but really I would have matched the red and the green. It's okay. Bonefish mangrove is normally what we use, but it fits. We ended up getting the touch-up paint for the walls. The walls came out all right with that, you know, that light brown gloss color you guys saw at the beginning of the video. We ended up painting the rooms all antique white. We left the bathroom green. We sprayed those vents black and it came out nice. Closet doors, we fixed a couple of the baseboards, fixed those closet doors. We fixed the windows. As you can see, there's no cracks, which, man, that was a pretty penny for all 5 windows. Just to do the glass, it was like $500, $550. Probably would have been better to go with plexiglass since it's a mobile home. It would have been much cheaper, but stinking glass costs like $350. Kitchens, we went with a whole stainless steel package. We just used Facebook. Believe it or not, that stove was like $50, and the fridge was, we bought that a long time ago. It was like $100. It was in storage. Bathrooms didn't do much. Left it alone. You can see the little touch-up paint in the corner in the blue. We didn't even touch that up. You can barely see it, but we ended up hanging a mirror in there. Down here, we fixed a couple of tile pieces and some of the cabinets. One of the drawers was like completely busted out. I repaired that. This just needed touch-up paint. That was it. And as you can see out here, we really didn't do much. The value in this property is going to be in the land. Someone who's going to be renting this is for the land. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm renting it because it's got granite countertops and nice cabinets and it's the Taj Mahal. No, people are renting this because it's on over an acre and a half of land. So that's what people are renting in this. We understand that's the type of customer and clientele we're getting for this property. And that's kind of what we're marketing for is, hey, look, this is for rent, but you're taking it as is, where is, and you're responsible for all maintenance and repairs. And a lot of times those deals work out. Like this one, it got a partial rehab, and all we got to do is finish rehab and the rest of it, which wasn't much. And we painted out this barn, and that's it.